What's up, everybody? It's your boy BigPlayZay, and welcome to Men Amongst Men. The impact that I'm expecting, man, just to have with this conversation, man, is just gonna be fruitful to our community, to the women and men that's going through our community in the high school area. I think I have some of the cream of the crop up here. I'm not gonna get too excited, but I'm gonna allow them to introduce themselves.
I'm Coach Dereck Partee, Benno Smith High School men's head basketball coach. First of all, say thank you for having me on this panel. And the men on here are exceptional at what they do, so I'm super excited to be here.
I'm Coach Chris Wadelington, Ripley High School women's varsity basketball coach. Like I said, it's a blessing to be here with such amazing coaches and guys that I've known for a while and guys that I've looked up to over the years as I've watched them coach and kind of help motivate me to get in this lane.
Antonio Hall, head football coach at Northeast Guilford. This is my second time on the pod, and I have a great time the last time, so I can just expect the same thing, and I'm honored to be on the panel with such exceptional gentlemen. I appreciate you.
Hello, I'm Doug Brown. I'm the athletic director over at T. Wingate Andrews High School in High Point, North Carolina. Honored and blessed to be a part of this podcast with some of my mentors and friends and former coaches, fellow coaches. So thanks for having me on.
What one word best describe your coaching?
Work.
Energy.
I'd say fire. I know that's a trademark of mine with the speeches and how it kind of took off, but fire symbolizes the passion that we bring every day.
Gotcha.
Well, let's sit.
For me, I would say versatile. You kind of have to be. In my role, you got to wear many hats, so it just depends on the day. No 2 days are the same, so definitely versatility is something that I got to be on top of.
All right, let's bounce around, man. So who or what inspired you to be a coach?
I think I just kind of jumped into it. I started from the scratch. I started with rec basketball, coached at Lewis. And then from there, just kind of grew in. I just kept doing it and then moving up. But I would say I started from the bottom, 8 to 10 at Lewis, and now I'm varsity coaching, just trying to learn and grow and get better.
I always wanted to be a coach. My dad was a little league coach, Vandalia Red Devils, off Woodley Lakes area of Greensboro. So he was a coach, and then my high school coach, David Price, was an exceptional coach. I use a lot of the reasons for coaching that he had, and it's all basically all about the players. Basically all about the players.
I'd say my love for the game. I've always loved football. I've loved all sports, really. I played multiple sports growing up. But just my love for the game, my mom actually gave me a notebook that I used to draw plays in middle school. I didn't remember it at all, but, just to kind of see, I was always doing this, from early on. And just kind of being around it. I knew if I wasn't going to be playing it, I still want to be around. I still want to make an impact using the game. So
For me, I'd have to say my father. He coached over at A&T. He's kind of the one who introduced me to athletics. But it's funny you asked that. I have to give credit to Coach Partee. Our backyards kind of backed up to each other over in Woodley Lakes, and he took time as a big brother to kind of be my first coach. I always give him credit for being my first coach.
Oh, wow.
So he might not have known that, but full
Many years ago.
So when my ball went over the fence, I had to climb the fence over there at Mr. Partee's house. But seriously, Coach Partee, he was my first basketball coach, gave me a chance to play with the big guys and learn some things. So got to give credit to Partee while he's in here.
that's dope.
Right there.
What was wild is I had to walk by his house to get to the pool and to the basketball court. And he had an older sister, so obviously she wasn't out there in the athletics. He might be in the yard playing playing out there, trying to toss a ball to himself. And I'm going to stop. I would stop 15, 20, 30 minutes and play football or whatever the case was with him.
Yeah.
On to the basketball court from there.
Yeah.
Dope, man. Like I said, man, I'm glad we was able to warm things up, man. Ritual-wise, I can drop a gem if y'all got it or not, man, but what pregame ritual or what do you do to really get your team?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. A lot of people think that they're scripted. I think it out or write it out, man. It's just really, I'm in the moment. You know what I mean? When I wake up in the morning, I cut on J. Cole Friday Night Lights every single Friday. Right. And I'm just in the car vibing, taking the kids to school, dropping them off, and then on my way to work, it's just, ideas is just coming in my head, how do I want to get the guys going tonight? What kind of night is it gonna be? So.
And I will say, for me personally, knowing you, I know that's your specialty, but that comes from being a genuine person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Appreciate that.
genuinely, he has only showed one version. It just only that's how I operate. Genuinely, I come off with respect and energy, but I also know what it takes to like get to the highest level, and the way you be igniting. And even when you played as an athlete and stuff, I done seen you on the field, like, you know, it's either blood or none, you know. and it ain't matter, like, if we got the same colors on today, we're gonna fight together, feast together, and victory together. And I admire that and stuff, man. And to keep going there, it's always inspirational and stuff, man.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I would say for me, like, I stay busy because I'm a nervous person. So no matter who we playing, I'm nervous before the game. So I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be moving around, trying to do something. I don't really got no set. Like, I ain't no music, none of that. I'm just going to be doing something, moving. Because like I said, I'm a nervous person. So before games, I'm always like, trying to make sure everything right. Are we ready? All that different stuff. So I just kind of keep my mind going until we get ready to play. And when we get going, then I'm good. First basket, I'm ready to go.
For me, I actually have one of the most boring locker rooms you could ever find. I don't, I come in, hit our key points, Lord's Prayer, and we go out and play. I don't do too much, hyping them up.
For me, it's changed a little bit. Again, I'm in the athletic director role, so it's just about making sure that our coaches are comfortable, that they have what they need, and that they're prepared, that our facility and our field is ready to go. So I'm pretty busy, so too busy to kind of put my mind on a consistent routine because so much happens before games and before athletic competition. But for me, I kind of relax a little bit once the ball's kicked off and I know that things are in place. So every day is different again. So me just all I need is one cup of tea, calm me down and get my nerves right, and then I'm rolling. So.
But hey, that's big that we get that perspective and stuff because, like, as these guys' leadership grow, eventually, they may feel that, hey, we need that across the board, not just in that one sport, and they may be looked at as future ADs. But just to give your perspective, man, is really big and important.
And we appreciate y'all role. Can we come to y'all schools and like as away games and stuff, and we get treated like a certain way and it's organized? It do help. Like we appreciate that AD role. Because you go some places and it might not be that. You might not feel welcome like that. So when we go to schools with good ADs and you walk in and you feel like you're at home, it's a good thing. So
yeah, well, that's one of our roles. I mean, if you look across the board, and some of us has been around Gifford County for a while, so we've got kids and coaches and students all across the county. So, you want to make them feel at home and welcome as well. So, the wins and losses are one thing, but as long as everybody comes to the game, competes, and goes home safely, that's a win in my book.
Facts.
I do want to just comment on the two different styles of locker rooms, which we have a very seasoned style, which I grew up in, a very seasoned direct, a confident leader that knows how to make adjustment and stuff. And I think that's, one of the most intimidating thing when a newer coach is coming up to one of the legendary big, they already have seen the ups and downs of the challenges and stuff. And they're just a calmness of preparation and stuff. I noticed with the new age though, what sells tickets, they want the kids, they want the camera. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later. Them kids want to be on the camera. We broke some ice earlier and stuff. We were talking about, it's a whole nother budget that has to be developed to even sustain those type of things. But I remember though, me as an athlete at Valdosta, somebody that really in comparison to your style of coaching, Will Muschamp and Kirby Smart. Them boys can fire. These boys at Georgia, South Carolina, and Texas in their past and stuff. But I didn't see that genuine accountability of what we're going to do and then the intensity that we're going to do it at. These are two different sports and stuff. But, and I also have seen coaches that have really gassed teams up. Like, that's all they was good at, is just hyping these guys up, especially I see it a lot in Pop Warner. I see it a lot in AAU. They're very good. Yeah, now we're going to touch on that's why it's important. Like, at this stage, this next level, I think some things need to be adjusted at the lower level. Like, it's good to have that fire and stuff, but the success really comes about what type of discipline and what type of basic techniques are we, to add on to that. You look good, play good, but it's another ingredient. You execute. That's something that's very important. But we're gonna dive down that rabbit hole.
So wait a minute, real quick, Zay. You from where?
I'm originally from Bluefield, West Virginia, but I played ball at Valdosta State, college football at Valdosta
Well,
State.
for people that don't understand, that's football country right there.
That's Winterville, USA. So it's a lot of things about, they talk about, just program wise. I didn't see it. And like my coaching staff at the time, like all of them are like superior coaches in their form, or either been head coach in the SEC, at some point in time, and so
big.
I have also played for a rah-rah school. Like all thing we do like rah-rah, and did not understand why we was losing on the back end, and I have coached myself, intramurals. Me and Rod McNair, but they all don't know, we done coached club sports, women's basketball, flag football, and we have coached at the highest level at national championship. We are national champions. So we compete against other D1 schools and D2 and D3, whoever show up, But I always knew at the end of the day, it was our process and plan, that we put together, and the buy-in, and understanding, and also the accountability that, like, hey, when I didn't know what was going on, I was very humble to say, like, hey, can somebody help me out? Or like, hey, man, this triangle killing me. What we got to do, Or they just got a dominant player. What should we do to, like those type? You got to have the respect and the humbleness to like reach out to somebody that done had that experience in the development and stuff. But,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say it's got to be balanced with amping them up and making sure they're on point with, the execution. I know with our guys, like, even though, I try to fire them up, that's after a week of detail all the way down to, hey, coach, he took a wrong step. You didn't say nothing to him. You know what I mean? All the way through, man, he don't got his shirt tucked in. What we doing? You know what I mean? So when we get to the point where we're live and we're firing them up, they already know the expectation because we don't want them to go be out there too high to where it's like now I'm focused on purely, I'm running off adrenaline and emotion, and I'm not focused on what my assignment is when that guard pulls. You know what I mean? So it's a big balance in between them. So all week we're not really fiery. You know what I mean? Like, we talk, we teach, we're in the classroom every single day. You know what I mean? So they're getting the education piece. Then when we get out there, we're holding them to a standard with individual periods and all that stuff. But then Friday is like cake been baked. You know what I mean? Now it's trying to get to it.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And understand that, like, because I'm not, don't mean I think he's wrong. And because he is, don't mean he think I'm wrong, right? It's kind of about who you are, your character, who you are as a person. If I tried to make this whole great pregame speech, kids probably look at me like, so you got to be, honest to who you are.
And that's true, and they can smell that.
Yeah,
They
man.
can smell
Yeah,
that.
it's
This
not
dude is,
authentic.
It's not
yeah,
authentic.
for sure. This dude is so cool. Like, I was at the game. I was at the game when they played Dudley in the playoffs, and it was a close game. The three is what took him over the edge. When he hit the three, I looked at the bench. My man was smiling, like,
Expected.
you know what I'm
He
saying? Like,
expected
he
that.
knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I'm like, how is he? I look at coaches like how they are on the sideline in tense moments. Like, I always just zoom into that.
That's terrible.
And to see, like, nothing, he was unfazed. Like, it was like he knew what the play was gonna be. He knew who was gonna be in the spot, how they were gonna react. It was like, this is crazy. Like, I probably would have been a little all over the place. Hey, man, let's
Yeah,
go.
I'd have been turned. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'd have turned up. That's probably the only time I turned up is doing basketball. I'm laid back any other time.
Chris, you're like a balance of both. I
Yeah.
said, I'm paying close to everybody that's up here. Y'all are seen definitely by me. Y'all might not pay attention to it, but if I see y'all doing good, you don't have to ask, you don't have to beg. I'd be like straight to the stories because they need to see it. You win. I know
Appreciate
you
that.
just got what, coach. What you just won a big award, didn't you?
North Carolina Coach of the Year.
Damn right. I'm paying attention and stuff, man. Chris, I see how you moving and build a brand from nothing. What was y'all at first? Before you got in, what was the record?
We hadn't won in 17 years.
In 17
Winning
years.
season in 17 years.
What you do first season?
We won the
Top of conference, man. And
That's dope.
Man, this man right here, story. This man is turned the whole program around. Like, this is not by chance, man. These are live things happening that needs to be seen. That's why I'm like, let's get this together, man. Just speaking of that, what's been the most proudest moment thus far from the sideline? Your most proudest moment. I will let AD. Let's start with the AD, man. You seeing a lot of development.
But he brand new now,
Listen,
so he ain't
I
had a
know,
whole
I
lot
know,
of
I know.
time.
Well, I mean, every game is exciting. Anytime, again, I see our young people come off the competitive field with a smile on their face. But our most exciting moment for me was seeing our soccer team, man. They won what was one of their last home games. It was senior night, and they, had a tough season. But to see them win on a cold night, and we had a lot of students, a lot of fans that we drummed up and had come to the game. Our flag football supported them. Our basketball team came over and supported them at the stadium. So it's probably the most fans we've had at a game, and you could see the impact that it had on our kids. They had an added level of excitement, and they came out and they competed, and they won. And so seeing their response at the end of the game, seeing their families come out on the field and celebrate with them, for me, they're not our most successful team in terms of wins and losses, but that win was huge for them, and they can continue to kind of build that sense of community amongst their team. And, that one victory, stacks up against some of the other sports that we've had. So seeing their face the next day at school to come back and feel like a winner, right? That was big for me. So we're building towards next year, right? Our last game was kind of a model for how we want to see things go. So again, it's a continuous growing process, and we're learning. But seeing our kids win on the playing field and see their reaction, that meant the world to me.
I'd say my proudest moment is kind of seeing the resiliency of the team. Last year they finished at 6-5, and this year we've been in every type of game. Like week 4 against Dudley. I mean, that they haven't seen a crowd like that, and to be able to perform. Now we left a lot out there, but to be able to perform and know that they fare against top talented teams, and then being down 14-0 to Southern Durham, who's got D1s all over the place, and rallying back, scoring 18 unanswered, then Ashboro being down 21-7, then scoring 31 unanswered. I mean, like they don't stick through a lot,
Mine probably playoff win last year. We played playoff game at home. We hadn't been in playoffs, like I said, 17 years. We got down by 10, I think, in the first half, and then we battled back, and I think we won by 12 or 13. And it was really halftime, just challenging them, like, you can't let nobody come in your house. Like, we ain't been here. We got to come out with the win. I think we came out and played well second half, and like I said, we ran them out. I think we held them to maybe 13 points in the second half or something like that. So, like, to see the girls battle when they got down, I think that's always a thing with coaching. Like, it's easy to win, but it's hard, like, when you down. Like, are y'all going to be together when you get down by 12, or y'all going to start turning on each other? That's when you really see, like, what you built when you're down. Like, it's easy when you win about 30. You don't see a lot of those weaknesses come out. When you down, you see if y'all going to pull it together, who's going to lead. And I think that was big for our team, because we had a young team. We had like 7 sophomores. We had 2-3 freshmen. We only had 1 senior. So, like, we're a young team. So to see the growth over the course of the season, to be able to kind of fight through those moments was, like, the biggest thing for me with our team, was, like, to learn how to win.
For me, man, it's not so much on the sideline, but, I'm an old dude, man. I've been coaching a long time. And for me, when a player comes back and can tell you some kind of way that you inspired them, and because when it's happening, y'all agree if I'm disagreeing if I'm wrong, you don't know if you're reaching the kids or not, man. You tell them this and what you think is right, that you don't know. But one story is, like, I had a player that played on my team my first year as a head coach, and he told me one day, he said, "Coach, you remember that saying you used to always say," and I still say it, is make the best decision for the situation, right? Because you might run up into, the same type of play, but it might be a different situation. You got to make a different decision every time. He said, "Coach, I tell my employees that all the time. I'm over 150 people." And, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's like a proud moment when you hear, like, you had that pressure on the guy that he's now carrying that into his career. So that's a proud moment for me.
I'm probably going to steal that, just so you know.
Yeah, hey,
I might throw that in a practice one day. Make the right decision for the situation. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the same every time.
Well, man, legacy and leadership. Coach Hall, I want to ask you, man, as coaching at your alma mater, what kind of impact has it made for yourself in life and for the community returning as the head coach of the football team?
Outside of the nostalgia, just being at a place that helped develop me. There's 2 sides of it. The school dynamics was completely different when I was there, and now it's kind of changed, but there's no connection to the traditions. So being able to come back and instill the hard work that we all know what it's like being there, and Coach Persley did a hell of a job of developing us into better athletes. Our strength and conditioning program was kind of unrivaled at that point, making average guys be able to compete on fields with, the Dudleys, the Parklands, the Carvers at that time, the Smiths, So for us to be in the mix was always a testament of how hard we worked, not really always talent-wise. Getting back to that, now don't get me wrong, I think we have a lot of talent, but I think mentally they had to get over some barriers with learning how to win and what it actually took. Yeah. You know, so being able to come back to my alma mater and bring that kind of level of focus to detail and focus in the work, you know, like that they now see that everything that we said in the spring is coming to fruition. Like, we're not just selling you wolf tickets, like we're putting in the work too. So you can come there in summertime and like I was telling you, you'll see me on the tractor, you'll see me painting the weight room, you'll see me moving stuff, you know. So that just kind of trickles down to everybody else. Once they see me doing it, the kids understand, like, I got to get it out the mud too. And if you've been in Northeast, you know it. We getting it out the mud.
The real mud.
Right.
This is for the whole panel, man. How do you personally define success beyond the wins and losses?
I think for me, like, I want to put girls in school. Like, for me, like, you can win a lot of games, but the ultimate goal is how many girls got put in school. How many free educations can we get? Right. So for me, like, that's my goal as a coach, is like, I want to put girls in school, and in the last like 120 days, that's been my focus. Like, I've gotten schools into our practices. I've taken girls on visits. I've used to, leading up into this period, like, I would go to kickbacks every day, and I would sit there and send out 100 messages, 60 emails, 40, 50 texts. The college coaches, this is our practice schedule. Need you here. I got this girl. So my focus for my program is like, how many girls can we put into school? And that's my definition, like, for success for me, is like, I got 9 girls out of these 13 somewhere to play basketball, if that's their dream.
You know, success can look a lot of different ways. I agree with Chris as far as, you know, if a lot of our kids say they want to play in the NBA or play at the next level or NFL, which is highly unlikely, right? But, you know, I think to play college basketball, it's like 3% of high school athletes play college basketball. And my 14 years at Smith, we're sitting at like 38%, 39% of our guys. So that's been huge. But I also just felt like I said before, just seeing the character of the young men that come out of your program and what they're doing after high school is kind of, for me, what I view as success.
Like you said, we're often graded off of how many wins we have. You know what I mean? Both of those are huge to me, as far as what kind of fathers are we producing? What kind of husbands are we producing? You know? Yeah, so it's like, we know that life gets real after high school. You know, it gets realer after college, you know, if you choose to go there. So from Coach Chris, giving them the exposure in front of coaches, like in the spring, we had coaches from all over coming, you know, just to watch the spring practice, asking about, so who is this, who is that? At our spring showcase that we had, Elon head coach showed up and was there until it started raining for a whole half. So it's just like, y'all see that, you know, we're putting you in position, live out what your dreams are, you know what I mean, to get closer and make it very feasible. Now, again, what Coach Partee said, it's 3% of kids that go play college ball. We want to give you the opportunity, but most importantly, we want to give you the tools to be better husbands, be better men, be better citizens in the world. So, you know, both of them are important, but, you know, just finding ways to incorporate all.
I mean, I think these guys hit the nail on the head, you know, just preparing them for life, you know, what that next step looks like. It may be athletics, it may be a job in the real world, because the reality is some of our students are a year or two away from being in the real world, right? So equipping them for a career in athletics, college, helping them find a trade, something they're interested in. 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, sometimes they don't know what they want to do, and that's okay. But just giving them the tools to be successful, you know, outside of the school building, I think it is major. You know, a major step for our kids. So that's what I always try to do, pour into our young people, get to know them, build some relationships, and help connect some dots. If I can assist with networking on their end, so that when they finish at high school, when they walk across the stage, they've got some people they can call on in that particular field or whatever endeavor they choose, just to be there to support them and help them find their way. Because the real world is hard, and it's out there waiting on them. So I try to encourage them just to be a young person while you can, and when that time comes, be ready to step up out there into the real world.
Yeah, man. Just to cap it off, man, like developing men and women, you know, and ready for life, and just using the game as life lessons. I think is the most important. Like you pointed out, man, you just don't know how much that impacted that win for that soccer team. For those probably guys and girls, changed their life. It changed the course, and you put yourself in position to manifest that. And then also, I don't know if y'all paid attention to it. Like I said, I always check and do my research. everybody up on the panel manages a family as well.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the most biggest things. Like you can accomplish a lot of things, but there's nothing wrong with being single and stuff. But to wear the precious, the sacred, you know.
Before you get too far into that, Zay, I'm gonna let you get back to it, but I gotta touch on something that Chris said about him sending out emails and texts, and Tony said he got coaches coming to spring workouts and stuff. Folks, it's a high school coach job to help you with recruiting. There's a lot of high school coaches that don't think it's important to help their player with recruitment, and they'll say, if you're good enough, they'll find you. Or maybe that's AAU job or 7-on-7 job. But it's not, because we're the ones as high school coaches, we the only ones that got access to your transcript. Them guys don't really know what you got in the classroom. You know, we're with you every day, see what kind of character you got. But not only that, is so many talented kids and parents, y'all got to stop acting like y'all know everything, because you don't. Because most time, this is your first kid that's ever been recruited. And if it's your only kid, there's no way you know what the recruitment process looks like and the things you need to get done. So sometimes you just got to sit back and listen to people like, you know, if I can look at Coach Hall, I know how many football players he's coached, even though he was assistant coach, how many he's coached and helped get to the next level. And if you've never helped somebody get to the next level, you got to listen. And then also the people that's telling you what to do, check their resume too. Who have they helped get there?
I know
if they
for
haven't
me,
helped nobody, they shouldn't be listening to.
I've called Partee at least, 3-4 times over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
One of them was about scheduling. I said, bro, like, what do you think about this? They asked me to play these games. This is my first time, like, my first offseason really scheduling. First year I came in, majority of the games were scheduled. You know, you took over. So I called Partee. I'm like, what you think about this? And we had conversations. But me, I reach out. I use all my resources. Right. I don't care who it is. Wins don't matter. It don't matter. So if I can call Partee and be like, what do you think about this? I'm going to call him.
Facts.
I'm going to save myself some error. So.
Well, all that development and stuff, what leadership, well, now let me ask it this way. What leadership lesson you learned the hard way?
What leadership lesson?
You learned the hard way.
I think my first year, I don't think I was like as disciplinary as I should have been within practices. I had to learn like, because I think I'm a player's coach. So like relatable, we talk, we joke, we cool. Like a lot of my girls, one girl gave me an early birthday card and she was like, thank you for being like a father figure and stuff like that. So sometimes like for me in practices, like I was too lax and I got to hold them more accountable. And I think if you don't start it that way and you try to reel them in, it's too late. Like you got to start how you want to finish, in my opinion. Like if you come in and you jokey and then you get serious, it don't always work. So for me, like this season, I came in like, no, I don't want to see no earrings. This is what you're going to do. Just, whatever it is, I'm setting the tone now. Like I sent him a message yesterday. I'm like, first official practice on Monday. I don't want to see no earrings. If you late, I better know. If you ain't coming, I better know. If you missing layups, it's 20 push-ups. Like, I don't want to talk about it. This is what it is, and follow those rules, because with success becomes expectations. So we had success, and now people are expecting for y'all to win. And we're not gonna not do that.
Right.
So this is what we got to do to win. We're going to condition. And so for me, this disciplinary coming in a little bit more strict than I did my first year.
Make them uncomfortable now.
Yeah, I think for me, and like you said, all of us up here are fathers, the hardest thing to learn when I was a young coach, it was everybody is the same. I'm coaching everybody the same. Now as I got older, just like when my kids at the house, I can't treat them all the same. And that was like the hardest lesson I learned. It's like, I could be a little tougher on this guy. I might got to be a little soft. Might got to be a little bit more understanding. So, with another guy, without changing the expectations that I set. But I can't treat everybody the same.
Just a different way of talking to each person to get them the same message across. You got to relay it different sometimes.
And just to pick up on that, like everybody can't go. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the things that I've learned and I'm learning still.
That's tough.
Some like you have some. I had a player quit on me at halftime of a big game that we only lost by 6 points. It was a starter. So I think mentally he had enough. And I didn't understand him quitting at that moment. But as I took a step back, I understood that mentally it was just probably too much for him. What we brought in, expected him to be there every day, the hard work that we put him through, it ain't for everybody. Also, picking up with what Coach Partee said, that my coaching style, I can't make an apple and orange. I just gotta help him be the best apple he can be. Right. You know what I mean? So maybe I have to adjust my style. I'm used to doing this offensively because I'm used to having, world class this, world class. We still got very talented guys, but it may be a little different than this guy. He may be used to doing it this way. So, okay, what are you comfortable at? You know, just kind of meeting them in the middle to make us better. Instead of, trying to make them fit my system, let my system fit what I have. You know what I mean? So
that's why high school coaches are better than college coaches. We gotta move and manipulate every year.
For sure.
College guy, man, I'm gonna get this 6'8", 350 dude every year.
Yeah.
Right. Bring him in every year.
I know what style.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I consider myself kind of the head custodian of the program, right? And so, no job is too big, no job is too small. If I've got to get on the tractor or pick up some trash, jump in a meeting, you name it, that's kind of what the job entails. So for me, it's trusting who I have with me and delegating some of those responsibilities because you can't do it all by yourself, right? So being in a new role in a new school, developing those relationships and putting some responsibilities and expectations on staff, the students, athletes, everybody involved, and then trusting them to get the job done. Ultimately, it's on me if it doesn't get done, but you've got to empower some folks that are working with you so that, you feel more of the community and kind of change the culture in a sense where everybody is bought in and contributing. So, my number one mentality is go ahead and do it myself, right? And because I know it'll get done and I can trust the work that I do. But if I want to build a sense of community and have complete teamwork and effort from everybody.
Boy, if you don't want to burn yourself out.
That's the next thing. Burn yourself out. That happens quick. Because it's a 7 days a week job, right? We're never off the clock, right?
Yeah.
I always tell my wife I couldn't be an AD. It like you get no time off. Like you get there before everybody get there, and you typically leaving after everybody gone.
That's true. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes there, but I enjoy it. And again, the end result is what it's all about. But that burnout is real. Sundays is the rest day. So, this is my rest season. Yeah.
AD's always in season.
Just talking about not just on the field and on the court, man. How do y'all connect with parents to create a winning culture?
That one's tough.
I know, man. But this is a time and this is a stage where we can kind of help address it. Because I know.
So for me, I'm a little different. Some people, I don't follow none of my parents on Facebook, social media. I got all these friend requests. I don't accept them because we not friends. I'm your kid's coach. Maybe after they graduate, we could be cool. But while they're there, I'm your friend's coach. I'm your kid's coach. But I don't have group chats. I got a little app or whatever. I send out messages. Nobody can respond because, some people want so much attention, man. And it's like they want something to be, maybe they not happy about something and they want everybody else to be not happy. So I just seen that too much in group chat. So it's like I send out the message and my last message, as always, if you got a question, contact Coach Partee. Guess how many contacts I get? None. Because nobody can be the show of everything. So that's kind of how I handle it. But I do a lot of communicating, but it's, be honest, a lot of it's one-sided.
Yeah, but you handle the accountability part. Like, you take a lot of thinking out of it. Over the years, you was able to build that trust. You was able to build that relationship up. Like, hey, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
And that shows the standard of your leadership, man.
I'm probably gonna get there. I'm not there yet. I got a parent chat and I got my group chat with my players. I do tell, I put more information in my player chat because I tell the parents we're trying to build responsibility, right? Yeah. So if they can't tell you when practice is, it's not important. If they can't tell you certain things, it's not that important to them. But I do talk to my parents a lot right now. Probably more than I probably should, but I talked to him a bunch, but it do lead to a lot of questions and stuff that sometimes I be like, why you even ask that? A lot of times, but I'll answer it because I really don't. It's my program. You either gonna get with it or you can leave. So that's mine. So if you ask something, I'll give you the response. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. If you go to another school, I don't care. I'm not gonna report it. If you don't want to be at Grimsley, you can go wherever you want to go. That's my mindset with the parents. So we talk, you ain't got to like everything I say. My mindset, if you want to be here, you're going to be here. I'm going to keep it real with you. And we ain't going to like everything each other wants to say.
Sure. And that kind of ties into the last question, too. God didn't give everybody the same vision. So that parent might look at it differently than how that my vision is, how it was laid out to me. You know what I mean? So how I look at it with communicating with parents, it's why I say it was tough was because I'll give you a situation. We've had numerous situations where a kid go, hey, it's my little brother's birthday or my cousin's birthday. I'm not going to be at practice today and tomorrow. It's like, bro, we got a game Friday. You must be taking the week off. You're not. You can't come back.
Game Friday.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, pushing the expectation to the player and the parent is because they don't always see it as a necessary. Sometimes they look at it as just an extracurricular activity. So they don't know what all takes into game planning as a coach. Like, if I got your kid in the game plan, I need him to be here to be able to teach him and show him. And he needs to get timing with his quarterbacks, his players, and all of this stuff. So it's equally as important. So that, it's tough getting parents on board, but it's easier when there's a product that you're putting out there and it's successful. So if they see what's going on behind it, it's like, okay, it kind of is important. I guess they were so used to, I guess they were used to things maybe not going as well as they're going. So it's just like, man, y'all ain't doing this anyway. I can take him,
That add with Antonio too, I think, like, for me, I show. Like, I don't miss anything really. Like, my wife's birthday, she knows now. I'm not canceling practice. I'm not missing a game. We're here.
That's how I
you bad.
Yeah, I don't. We had a game on the Heiko on her birthday. Like, she knows, like, but I don't miss anything. Like, I show up. Like, I tell a story all the time. Like, my dad died of colon cancer. I was a JV coach. I coached that night. She was mad. Like, why are you coaching tonight? I said, cause like that's my obligation. Like, I'm gonna be there. Like, and my dad would want me to be there. Like, he know, like, this my joy. Yeah. Like, he gonna want me to be there. I held my mom down, did what I was supposed to do. And that night, I'm going to go coach. So my parents can't say, like, he don't show up and he don't do this. I give you 1,000%. I'm at every practice. I'm working nonstop all the time. So you can't text me and be like, I'm going to be late because I'm getting a haircut.
You modeling.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was about to say that's
Like,
modeling.
For sure.
You got to show up because I show up.
I'm so glad you said that. And I'm going to play this clip for my wife. You know what I mean? Like, not saying she's been, for real.
I'd have been in the doghouse with that one, man. I'd have missed a wedding before.
Man.
I don't want to rehash that stuff, but I just be saying that I respect and get it. I didn't walk down the aisle. It was kind of, because at the time I just responded and didn't realize before my actions, like, were ridiculed and stuff like that. And it was self-satisfying. It was definitely self-satisfying. But like I said, what I admire about all of y'all is just the balance. It's, we figured it out. It ain't perfect. His situation, it worked.
Oh, it's tough.
My situation, it worked, and then it didn't work.
I got to do a better job of, when I do get free time, dedicating it to home and wifey, and I'm getting there.
So I give you an example.
For sure, I'm getting there.
All my conversations have to be had before I get home.
For sure.
So, like, I tell people, they know. I'm going to call you on my way
Walking
home.
in the house, you getting off
When
the
I
phone.
walk in the house, I'm out. And don't try to get no extra words in. When I get in the house, it's family time. It ain't no.
We need that.
I'm off the phone.
I did a good job yesterday. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna give myself 2 claps.
What you do?
We had practice. I was supposed to meet my wife at the game. We're season ticket holders at A&T. And Doug, you didn't see me yesterday.
I didn't see.
I went to the game. Where you at? We didn't make it. I sat there for a few more minutes. I was like, man, let me take my butt home.
That's key.
And I went home and spent the rest of the day with them. For sure.
Yeah, it's that balance for real.
I mean, you guys said it, man. Just being present, that's a big deal. I try to keep an open door policy, keep my door open. Parents know they can come in and talk to me. My first question is, have you talked with the head coach? And I'll try to be not a buffer, but just another link, a connection to my coach, and make sure we're communicating the same things and that we're consistent. But also just, I think it's part of developing relationships, right? Being there for the parents without stepping on the head coach's toes, but letting them know that we care. Like we talk about building a village and in our community and our culture. So it's important that I communicate. I can't necessarily shut it off, but I am trying to find that balance too at home because, like we said, it's 7 days a week. Yeah. And I can't always cut off the phone when I walk in the door because I might get a phone call from a coach, a parent, administrator, right? That's another key piece is you got to be in line with your administrator. So a lot of those conversations happen after hours, but I've done a better job in the last week or two trying to pour into my family. And when I'm not there, when I do have a break, going home and doing the little things, right? Just sitting down, having a conversation, trying to share a meal. Saturdays, giving that time to the family, but it's tough and it changes. So that's one thing I'm trying to
It's a
communicate.
village though, man.
My
It
hardest,
is, man.
I
It
think
takes
my hardest
everybody.
obstacle is not talking about it too much. Well, I be fixated. Like I get fixated.
Yeah.
So I be like, let me not try to talk about basketball harder than this.
I be coming home. Don't let me take a loss now.
Well, she don't bother me when we take a loss. Yeah.
These brothers, I have had the pleasure of coaching their son, which is a big honor, man. That a lot of people don't realize when you trust another man to pour in some leadership into your son, man, and you don't hold that accountable, it's just like a big disrespect. So a lot of times I won't say nothing. If somebody coaches my son, I said let you do your thing, and then no, we won't be back. But we have returned several times, and the only thing I be trying to do is just pour in, just leadership, the tenacity, the trust, and to be able to like, hey, what I'm telling you, it's gonna build confidence to what your parents is telling you. We on the same page, like, hey,
Right.
we gotta tighten up, or hey, we gotta do some attitude adjustment. Let's take these life lessons and move forward on it. And just kind of going on to the next thing, man. Appreciate the energy and stuff, man. We're gonna wrap things up in just a little bit, but we got to talk about social media. Got to talk about social media. We got to talk about the social media. What are some of the challenges of developing young athletes today in a social media driven world?
So I speak as the old guy, because even though I'm the old guy, I'm probably one of the most heavy on social media in this group. And it's a necessary evil, right? Like, they want it, you kind of got to give it to them, right? But at the same time, it could also help them. College coaches on social media. It could also hurt you depending on how you
brand yourself.
how you operating on social media. So, I tell them all the time, like, and you can see our program, we got a lot of glitz and glamour, man. We might have some nice shoes and the light show at the game and the social media presence. But I also let our kids know none of that means anything. That's for the fans. It's the work that we putting in. So, they are glad to see it and glad to get their attention. But it means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's about the work.
Yeah, I'm big on social media. Like when I first took over, like that was something I emphasized, like professional graphic work, like all my schedule, everything I do for my girls is all professionally done. I don't do nothing on my computer. I pay for it. So I invested in social media. Like we're gonna get everything done
We need some of that
professionally.
Grimsley money.
And I'm like a little bit of mine come from like where I come from, a promoting background. So like I kind of get it for less than a lot of people probably would get it for because I've spent so much money with my guy. But social media is important, promoting your athletes, promoting the girls. We do mixes for every game. We do graphic work for all of it. I ain't gonna lie, like, I'll tell you a moment for me. About 2 years ago, they come out and play in the Hayco, and they got the video drop, and the kids come out there in them 11s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I said, damn, every kid in here is committing to Smith next year. You know what I'm saying?
When
like,
I see them come out,
like, no lie, like,
the
and then y'all won by 20 or something like that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I took the job, I instantly was like, we about to get shoes. We're going to get gear. But with all of that, we work hard, too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we put the work in. But I also know what kids in our area want.
Right.
Kids want gear. Parents want scholarships. I'm going to get the gear, and I'm going to help get scholarships.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So my blueprint was that. Like, we're going to put a lot of work in on the court. I'm going to get colleges in and see the girls. We're going to get exposure. And then I'm going to get the kids what they want. Like, if you promote your program the right way, it eliminates a lot of that. I don't have to talk to no kids. Right. You let your program speak for itself.
For sure.
Kids want to go where they want to go. And if you do it the right way, you're going to be the cream of the crop in your area. So, like, I looked at Dudley back in the day with Price and what they did for their programs and stuff like that. So, I think that's how you win.
Look, I can remember when they dropped the 11s back when Partee was playing.
Yeah.
The original 11
That's what
drop.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
My high school coach was all about the players, man. We had them,
tough,
when they first came out.
Tough.
Man, what I'd say, social media, and I'm huge on social media, as everybody knows. The perception is reality, no matter how you feel about it. So it gives the transparency to everybody who doesn't have the intimate details or know about your school situation, your program situation. It gives them a firsthand look of like, okay, what they got going on out there. It helps sell tickets, and it also gives exposure to coaches wanting to be a part of that, or maybe they seen a clip on there. I'm like, man, who's that kid that I get certain DMs? I'm like, man, who's number so-and-so? Is he committed anywhere? He got any looks? Just from the coaching context that I've built, just kind of networking and doing what we all do. Social media is huge. in building. You know, like it being our first year, we ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? Like we haven't done nothing out there yet.
So
So
on social media, it looked like you.
it looked like it. I did have a coach. I had a coach that we were playing. He got back to me. He was like, "Man, they Hollywood." I'm like, "Nah, don't get it messed up, bro. We gonna
We do.
hit you."
Remember that.
Yeah.
We
So
remember that.
you know, good thing we got that dub. But on the flip of that, like seriously, like outside of social media, it's just the facade, man. It's just the outer shell of what we're trying to do, trying to build excitement to publish, you know, or to get or promote our brands and our programs out there like that, because we all know that we're in a situation now where we're competing with charter and private. You know what I mean? Basketball more than football because there's not a lot of football opportunities in private and charter. And if we're being real, Guilford County schools, like every kid is a dollar amount with funding, especially with the funding situation we're in now federally. Like we need as many good kids in our schools as possible. So
And that's what I want to show them.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to a private school to get resources.
Absolutely.
I can get you all the resources you want. They can spend money, I can spend money. Like, you're not going to outspend us. That's my logic now is, you can talk to them all you want to. I can spend just as much money as y'all can. And that's what we're going to do.
yeah. Hey, we might can't spend as much money as
Here you go.
Hey, I don't put it up under there.
We might cut this out of the joke.
we might can't spend as much money as them, but we gonna give you the same exposure. We're gonna put you in front of the same coaches. We're gonna get you out there just as much, you know, and the money will come soon just as much as we keep pushing the program and pushing what we need.
Yeah, because people support winning.
For sure.
And like Northeast and I went to Northeast.
Yeah.
Tone graduated the year after me. So I see for him getting back to the culture that we knew when we was in high school, football was elite. And then we went through a period, and now he's brought back like that to the community. And the community love him. And the community, as he continues to grow, like he's going to get whatever he want out of there because he's bringing back what we are known for.
It's that
and
nostalgic
I think that's
feeling,
important.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Artifacts.
I do have a shout him out again because I was talking.
Shout out to Artifacts.
Yeah, he'd be killing it.
Yeah.
But I do have a shameless plug real quick, man. Speaking of being able to see everything, our program is streaming everything this year. Patreon. On Patreon. We streaming everything.
That's tough.
Practice, pregame, locker room, games.
Let 'em know.
Check us out on Patreon.
That's tough.
We subscribing so we can steal something. So,
Right.
so I can see
As
something,
long as
man.
you
You know what I'm
paying
saying?
for it.
Hey, the stage is leveling up like I need, man.
That's tough.
I saw you with the cross branding.
Mm-hmm.
With you brought your camera into the classroom.
For sure.
I saw what you
Yeah.
did. See, I pay attention to all y'all. He did, you know. Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know we got a computer science program.
Hyped up, you know, how
Smart.
they do on the field. But he took his platform and shared the actual school and what programs, what resources. We were just just talked that up, and he put it out there. You know, he could have did another football video, but it's in the algorithm. He geared that thing down and broke it down. I had to watch. I was like, okay, I never know. And if they don't know, they won't go, you know.
For
And
sure.
So you got to show it. That's what I'm doing up here, just trying to show the community, show it the right way. Like I said, y'all doing things at a high level. And just kind of bring everything down, man. We're going to bring it out to the end. I do want to ask a couple questions about fulfillment and the future and stuff. But did you have anything, Doug, on that?
No, I was just gonna say, man, you know, from the school wide, we've got great support too within our athletic department. But an individual basis, I try to let our kids know that it goes beyond the school, right? That's the school's personal athletic account, social media, but you have your own personal account. And on there, you need to remember that you need to be communicating and putting out stuff that is positive for you and your brand. I give the example of the dinner table talk. Don't say anything or do anything that you wouldn't do at the dinner table with your family or your mom or dad sitting right there.
Oh, nice.
And that'll kind of keep you in line with what's appropriate to put on social media.
Damn.
And I try to use that for myself too, right? Because we're in a social media space and, you know, we've got our private account and our school account.
Yeah.
And it's tough to find that balance sometimes. So I either try not to post nothing at all or say something that's going to benefit our young people or our schools. So it's changing, right? Social media changes every year or so. There's something new that comes out, a new tool. So you guys have done an excellent job. And I am definitely piggybacking off of some of the things you guys do. So
Well, let me ask this, y'all. What advice would you give a new coach just stepping into leadership?
I'm new.
I would say find, you know, if you don't have a good mentor or good people around you, somebody you can call on, connect with some good mentors. I've been blessed to have great mentors in just about every aspect of athletics that I've been in. But in this space, folks that I could lean on at the college level, at the professional level, even at the high school level, they call every day, they pour into me, ask me if I have any questions. I have coaches showing up at the games, ready to work, right? Like not to sit back and be on my time, but just ready to work. Hey, what do you need? So shout out to all the coaches who've been supporting me, but always trying to learn something new, picking up new things, but find a good mentor quickly.
Yeah, that's been key for me. Like I call Partee. I got Coach Corbett at Grimsley with me, so I talk to him a lot about, stuff like he's super structured, so he helps me kind of like be organized. Cause like a weakness for myself, so like he's super structured, like everything's to the T. But
Teacher of the year a couple times.
teacher of the year, like, and then like I go to a lot of college practices. Like I'll go and watch drills and watch what they do at the college practices, and like you said, just taking advantage of like people around me. Like I ain't afraid to ask. Like I got a guy now, Trison, is coming into my practice. He's got back from China for 4 years, and he's training Aaliyah Boston. So I bring him in my practices, and like he's reached out to other programs. He's like, nah. Like I said, I don't care what gets me to wins.
Right.
If you can help me get to a win, I'm gonna take your. Come on, because at the end of the day, like it's all for the kids. So anybody can come in and pour into the kids and help them grow. I'm gonna let them in.
For sure.
You just gotta show me that like you can do it. Like if your credentials is good and you're a good person and you can help me win, like I'ma utilize you.
Right.
So I'm piggyback off both of y'all. So I guess the answer would be humble.
Yes, sir.
Be humble because nobody knows everything. And like Chris said, I've been to practice at Wake Forest, Elon, A&T, UNCG, NC State, Duke, all this preseason. Just trying to learn. You know what I mean? I might not pick up anything basketball. It might be something organizational stuff, the way they clean up something. You can pick up something from everybody, everywhere. And I go to high school practices too. So just be humble and keep learning.
Always learn.
For sure. Now I'd say, man, I'm a sponge, but I was blessed to be under one of the best coaches that's done this, I'm in the state of North Carolina. So with Coach Davis, he gave me the opportunity to be in a position to run certain things like parent communication. I was in charge of that. Recruitment. I was helping out with recruitment, piling my car up, taking kids to different schools and stuff, along with the other coaches as well. Social media stuff, just kind of the stuff that once you get to a certain status, it's like learn this. If you want to do it, I'll push some ideas by him. He'd be like, hey man, if you think it'll work, do it. So just kind of him having that that openness to be okay with the things that I wanted to bring to the table. I mean, that helped me to when I got in the situation I am now. I've already had experience dealing with parents. I already had an experience with promoting social media and all that stuff. I already had experience with ordering merchandise and all that stuff. So that was all. I already had the connects and the resources. So once I got in that situation, it was just like, man, I could just call, and then still being able to pick up the phone and call different coaches, college coaches, high school coaches, middle school coaches, whoever got gems for me. You know what I mean? So
And I love that you said that about Steve because a lot of people don't think Steve is humble, but to
Nah.
allow you
absolutely
to do that in his program.
Man, regardless
that's
of
big.
what the optics are, it's just competitiveness. You know what I mean? As far as I give him his flowers every time. That's just how I am. I'm never going to be phony about it. Like, he gave me opportunity and, you know what I'm saying, he put me on at the end of the day. Things didn't work out how I wanted them to work out in a certain situation, but there ain't no love lost. The man put me on, and I learned so much from him.
And this God's timing.
Absolutely.
See,
So,
where you
you know what I'm
supposed to
saying? I could be in the situation I'm meant to be in. That's how I feel. So, with Coach Davis, I give him his flowers every time I get a platform. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. Like, he put me on.
Deference. That's what they call it.
Deference.
Deference. There you go. Like for your brand, your school that you want to put out there that we can promote on this platform.
Oh, I jumped too early.
I mean,
I jumped out there too early.
Nah. Hey, we're gonna run it back twice, man. We're gonna run it back twice. So I mean, since you already got it on, let's go ahead and get it so I can segment it up real good and make sure that we properly share that information. And then also to thank all our viewers for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow these guys. Their social media is going to be up there. Follow their program. If you're looking at some schools and if there was a deal breaker for you, that you was able to get an inside look at what type of programs are going on in our community. This is Greensboro, North Carolina. This is like the top for me. I'm giving all of y'all flowers now. As a man, sending love to another man like, hey, I need y'all to continue in y'all success and to continue making the decision that y'all have made to get to this point. Like, this is not a fluke. Like y'all had to make some serious sacrifice and accountable decisions to just uphold and be recognized, to be put in position to show leadership at y'all program and to lead other men and women, not just students, but faculty, staff,
Coaches. Have mercy.
to have another coach.
Leading men might be the hardest part of this
Managing
thing.
adults.
That's just big to y'all, man, and respect. So if y'all got anything that y'all want to shout out, please take this time, shout it out, put it out there, put the energy out there, man.
So I'm gonna say it again. We trying to do something groundbreaking. We always, if you ever follow Smith basketball, man, we always trying to do something new. And this year we're streaming everything on Patreon. Get on our Instagram. You can find a link on there to sign you up. But that gives our kids some of y'all different opportunities because people can watch our games. We're gonna be doing interviews. We're gonna be doing podcasts. Giving our kids that opportunity to get in front of a microphone and a camera before they get, to the college level, to the pro level, and just exposing everything. And shout out to Caleb Baldwin. He's our social media guy that's putting all this stuff together. When he brought the idea to me, I thought it was a win, especially when I researched and didn't see any high school teams doing this in the world. So we jumping on this right now.
You heard it here first, man. Man amongst men. Not only that, you gonna impact everybody that plays y'all, not just your team. You're gonna impact, some smaller schools that
They
y'all
gonna get that platform.
You bringing them to y'all platform, and so just to be on y'all schedule should be a blessing for any coach. Like, hey, if anything, I want to put this game on the calendar because it's just like the pros, man. You get to play Monday Night Football. Everybody play different on Monday night. It'll be sorry team upset, because they know that everybody's watching this game on Monday. This the only game that's being played. Even your peers and players are getting the opportunity to watch. So definitely best of luck with that. I love utilizing technology and just taking it to the next level.
For me, I would just say like the women's game is growing. Like get to the games a little bit earlier. I know everybody comes to watch the boys' games or whatever. Show up a little bit earlier. We got a lot of really good girls teams in the area, like with really good girls. Smith girls are really good, well coached. Andrews girls is really good. You got Northern girls that are good. You got our girls that are really good. It's a lot of good talent. We got a lot of D1 basketball players in our area. So, like, show up to the games. Like, it's growing. And to keep the game growing, we need support. And we need attendance to games to keep it going in the direction that we want it to go in. And definitely come see my girls. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're going to work hard. We're going to play hard. And it's just going to be a good season. We're going to have some fun.
Since I've been I switched departments into PE, but I still have a huge, immense passion and love for CTE, which is career and technical education. One of the things that hasn't been highlighted, we talked about briefly, is the computer information systems programs that we have out there in Northeast. It's underutilized, in my opinion. They got kids in there, but man, I want to see those classes full. So with the cybersecurities and computer science and robotics and all that stuff, that's what the world going to, and nobody knows about it. Right. You know what I mean? So this is my shameless plug. Just kind of do your due diligence and give yourself opportunities if that's something that you're interested in. Also, on the flip side of that, athletic world, come check us out. We playoffs start this week. We got a first round bye, got a 2 seed for the first time in school history. So we'll be hosting somebody, the winner of somebody, next week in our pursuance of a state championship, which is that much closer in our grasp. Finish the season 8-2. We're excited. Second in the conference. Just throwing that out there, So we get into it, man. It's the road to the ring because the game to remember is played in December.
Hey, that's big stuff. Yeah, much like Coach Hall, man, we're in the playoffs in football. That's awesome. And we're starting to build that playoff momentum that across all sports. We made it in volleyball this past year. Not a lot of people know Andrews, I think, is second in the state in total state championships across the board. Mm-hmm. So a school with a lot of rich history, a great tradition, one of the smallest schools in the county, but we pack a lot of power in our little small school. We're kind of forgotten about sometimes out there in High Point, but we're making a lot of noise. We're growing. Right now we're at about 800 students. And we're looking to continue to keep some of that momentum going. But also want to take some of my time to thank you, Zay, for putting this platform together, man.
sure.
You know, I've had a chance to see not only you grow and the rest of the coaches here, but I see the work you do with your families, with the kids you pour into. Our kids actually went to preschool together, and so it's been neat to watch our families grow, but also watch you all develop as coaches and as leaders in the community. Because I have played for you, and my son has been on your team, and you do a phenomenal job at whatever level you're coaching and pouring into the kids. But this platform is special, man, and I hope you continue to do big things, not only in athletics, but in social media world. But thanks for having us on, man. That's big stuff.
We nothing about y'all, man. It's what y'all doing. I'm just, you know, like I'm just a conduit. You know, they're just pointing in the direction, like, hey, it's here, it's here. You know, these guys need to. You know, a lot of guys don't have friends and don't have opportunity to grow, but you know, you can watch and learn. You know, and these guys got public platforms that you can just check out their journey, how they invest in the community. You know, how they inspire me. And how I want to be better just because of the energy they give off, man. And, you know, this is Men Amongst Men. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Big shout out to the host, the studio, Book and Mac Show, Digging in the Crate, the whole family. And make sure y'all check us out, man. And see you on the next go around.